Chosen one, this message has not wandered to you by coincidence. It was written into your path long before you could read it. Every second that carried you here was divinely timed, arranged by the unseen mathematics of heaven. There are no accidents when destiny breathes your name, only alignment, only sacred choreography. The hand that shaped galaxies has placed this moment in front of you so that prophecy might collide with your now. You are not here by mistake. You are here because the Eternal remembered you, because somewhere beyond sight, the winds of spirit began to stir, whispering, "It is time." What you have been waiting for has already begun its descent. The shift you've prayed for is no longer forming. It is arriving. The answer, the opportunity, the provision, the divine yes, already coded with your essence, is traveling in your direction even as you read. And before we go deeper, pause here and honor this moment of confirmation. If your spirit feels the resonance, if your chest tightens with recognition, it is because truth is touching truth. In this sacred pause, I invite you to anchor your faith with action. Subscribe now, not as routine, but as agreement, a digital signature of destiny. And in the comments, write the number 999, your manifestation code, the seal of completion. 999 means the closing of what no longer serves and the awakening of what has long been promised. When you write it, you declare, "My old cycle has ended. My new season has begun." You have survived what would have destroyed others. You walked through nights where despair wrapped itself around your thoughts like smoke, and yet you refused to surrender. There was a spark that would not die, an ember that kept glowing in the ashes of exhaustion. That was not mere resilience. That was the divine signature branded on your spirit, marking you as one set apart, one chosen for revelation and rebuilding. Heaven has been watching. The unseen has recorded every tear you shed in silence, every prayer you whispered into the dark. None of it vanished. The universe has kept its receipts, and now the time of release is here. The pressure you endured was never punishment. It was preparation. The silence you walked through was never abandonment. It was alignment. You were being carved, refined, expanded so that when the blessing arrived, you could hold it without it breaking you. Chosen one, breathe deeply. Feel the shift beneath your ribs. Something is moving toward you, something weighty, golden, undeniable. The spiritual transaction has already taken place. What was once only light in the unseen has begun to crystallize into form. It carries your name written in divine ink, your energy, your endurance, your assignment. It is not symbolic, it is tangible. The very provision you have been praying for is gathering momentum. And yet, before manifestation appears, Spirit always sends confirmation. That is what this message is, the echo that reaches you seconds before arrival. It is heaven saying, "You are ready now. You have been tested long enough. The waiting is complete. The gates of provision have unlocked, and the river of abundance has remembered its source. You. Prepare yourself." This is not just another prophetic word floating in inspiration. This is a decree in motion. Every sentence you allow into your spirit today tunes your frequency to receive what is already yours. Do not listen casually. Listen as one who is signing a covenant with light. For as you receive these words, energy moves. The vibration of manifestation hums in agreement with your readiness. Chosen one, understand, this is not a message of hope alone. It is a message of confirmation. You are standing in the first seconds of fulfillment. The unseen has already shifted in your favor. The miracle is not coming someday. It is unfolding now. Heaven has whispered, "Begin," and the universe is obeying. Before abundance appears in form, heaven always prepares the vessel. What you called delay was never denial. It was construction in disguise. Every unanswered prayer, every silent month, every door that seemed sealed was the sound of Spirit rearranging your path for precision. You were never forgotten. You were being fortified. There were nights when you stared into the ceiling and wondered if the divine had misplaced your file. When the promises felt like distant dreams, you whispered, "Maybe I imagined it." But no promise spoken over you ever dissolves. Words birthed in eternity do not expire. They wait for your readiness to catch up with their weight. You were being strengthened so that when blessing knocked, you could open without trembling. The barren stretches were classrooms for your soul. In the silence, patience was stretched. In the waiting, discernment was sharpened. You learned to tell the difference between noise and guidance, between fantasy and faith. Heaven was teaching you the sacred rhythm of timing, because destiny cannot be rushed, only revealed. The roots had to grow deep before the fruit could safely appear. You see, chosen one, wealth cannot rest on fragile foundations. Influence cannot rise on untested character. Every heartbreak, every detour, every closed chapter was chiseling you into the one who could be trusted with overflow. The universe was shaping your hands to carry more than money. It was shaping your heart to carry meaning. And now, the forging is finished. The green light in the unseen has been switched on. The energies that once seemed frozen are suddenly in motion. Conversations are shifting in rooms where your name is being mentioned. Signatures are aligning. Approvals are being stamped. The orchestration that once felt distant is now humming right beside your ear. Chosen one, hear this with your spirit. The blessing is not theoretical. The check is not a metaphor meant to soothe longing. It is real, tangible, encoded with divine precision. While you read these words, unseen forces are moving paperwork, people, and possibilities into position. The miracle you thought was delayed is already traveling toward you with acceleration. Remember those seasons when nothing made sense, when the silence felt cruel? The truth is, heaven hides its greatest works behind quiet curtains. The seed never hears the applause of the soil, yet it grows. The darkness you endured was the soil around your destiny. It protected you from premature exposure. If the blessing had arrived earlier, it might have crushed you. But now you are calibrated for abundance. Every tear you shed was an offering. Every sigh was a silent prayer that built a bridge between faith and fulfillment. None of it vanished into empty air. The universe archives everything born of sincerity, and the ledger of your endurance has reached maturity. Interest has been added, return is due. Chosen one, the stillness is ending. The hush before manifestation is over. You are standing at the thin edge, where waiting turns into arrival. Even as you breathe, the vibration around you is rising. Opportunities once indifferent to you will begin to recognize your energy. People who overlooked you will start to sense your light. Circumstances that resisted you will suddenly cooperate. Do not resist the suddenness. Do not question the ease. This is not luck, it is alignment. The gears of the universe have found their rhythm with your heartbeat. You are no longer chasing. What is yours is now finding you, so lift your eyes, unclench the worry, let gratitude replace the anxious countdown. You are not late, you are right on divine schedule. The timing was never off, it was exact. This, chosen one, is the turning of the page. The wilderness chapter is closing. The ink of manifestation has already begun to dry on the next line of your story. And as October 13th unfolds, heaven whispers once more, it is done. Chosen one, listen closely now. You have crossed an invisible threshold. The air feels different because it is different. What once hovered in the unseen has begun to take shape, pressing against the veil between realms. This is the moment when prayer becomes matter, when faith becomes form. The vibration of your expectancy has become irresistible. Heaven has responded with movement. Behind the scenes, alignments are converging with precision. Your name is being spoken in places you have never entered, carried on the breath of favor. Signatures are being penned that will shift entire chapters of your life. Contracts, approvals, reconciliations, they are all being magnetized towards you. The orchestration is divine, intricate, flawless. What you could not move by effort is now being moved by grace. Understand this: manifestation is never chaos. It is order unfolding at its appointed hour. What you are about to witness is not gradual. It is catalytic. It will arrive like lightning, sudden, luminous, impossible to miss. You will know when it happens because your spirit will echo with recognition. Every doubt will dissolve into holy silence as you stand in awe, whispering, "It's here." The check that once existed only in imagination is not symbolic. It is real. It has weight, presence, and destination. It carries your energy, your lessons, your lineage. It is heaven's acknowledgement that you are ready not only to receive, but to expand, to circulate abundance as divine currency. This provision does not come merely to settle debts, but to awaken destiny. This miracle will not creep quietly. It will roar through your life. The universe delights in dramatizing divine timing, not to startle you, but to confirm that the delay was never neglect. When it arrives, it will sweep through your days like a sudden sunrise after years of twilight. Deposits will clear faster than reason can explain. Doors will open where there were only walls. People will appear as answers, not questions. But hear this warning wrapped in wisdom: do not shrink when the blessing comes. Do not apologize for what was earned through endurance. You are not stealing light, you are revealing it. The humility of the wilderness has already balanced your heart. Now, your task is acceptance, to let abundance flow through you without guilt, without fear, without the old stories of unworthiness whispering that it's too much. Because, chosen one, this is not a reward. It is an appointment. The wealth arriving in your life carries a purpose beyond comfort. It is meant to build, to heal, to multiply. You are a steward of overflow, not a collector of crumbs. The divine trusts you now to move resources like light, to direct them where hope has been starving. When this check arrives, understand its message. Heaven trusts you. That trust is the real treasure. The numbers are only symbols of it. You were tested to prove not your strength but your readiness. Every scarcity taught you stewardship. Every waiting taught you wisdom. Now both are needed, for the flow will increase. Do not fear change. Expansion is holy. You will outgrow rooms that once contained you, conversations that once defined you. That is not arrogance, that is evolution. Those who are meant to journey with you will rise too. Those who cannot hold your new frequency will gently fade. Release them with love. And when the moment of arrival unfolds, remember to pause. Do not rush past it in disbelief. Breathe it in. Speak gratitude aloud so the echo travels back to heaven. Let your tears fall freely. They are the baptism of manifestation. You will realize that the years of emptiness were not wasted. They were sacred preparation for this fullness. Chosen one, the unseen has become seen. The prophecy has taken form. The miracle has moved from concept into currency, from promise into possession. And this is only the beginning. Chosen one, the release is not coming to give you just enough. It is arriving to introduce you to a life of more than enough. The flow that now approaches is not a stream of survival. It is a river of creation. The same grace that sustained you through drought will now teach you how to dance in abundance. You once learned how to stretch. Now you will learn how to expand. This overflow is not random generosity. It is recognition. Heaven has examined your hands and found them trustworthy. You gave when you had little. You blessed while you were still bleeding. And because you proved that love outweighed lack, you are being entrusted with the resources of restoration. Wealth is coming not as indulgence, but as assignment. Understand this truth. Abundance is a language of purpose. It speaks through opportunity, through ideas, through the quiet nudge to build what others can stand upon. You are not being rewarded for endurance. You are being equipped for impact. The check that carries your name is a key, unlocking doors that were sealed for generations. What you build with it will echo long after your voice is gone. This is generational currency, energy meant to outlive you. It will heal patterns of scarcity that haunted your bloodline. It will rewrite the memory of poverty embedded in your DNA. Your children will not inherit struggle. They will inherit strength. They will walk in rooms you only dreamed of, carrying the fragrance of your faith. Chosen one, prepare to hold more. The same spiritual current that brings the blessing will also expand your capacity to manage it. You will find clarity where confusion lived, order where chaos reigned. Ideas will arrive in your sleep, blueprints, strategies, partnerships formed by divine mathematics. Doors will open in synchrony. People of vision will recognize you instantly. You will not chase, you will attract. Do not resist the new rhythm. Overflow will feel unfamiliar at first. Your spirit will reach instinctively for old scarcity patterns. Breathe through it. Replace guilt with gratitude. Replace fear with stewardship. You were never meant to apologize for answered prayer. The universe delights when you receive fully, because full vessels can finally pour freely. Every no you once heard is dissolving into divine yeses. Where rejection built walls, acceptance now builds bridges. Where delay taught you patience, acceleration will teach you flow. The divine economy wastes nothing. Every tear, every detour, every disappointment has become fertile ground. Now, the harvest begins. You will witness reversals that defy logic. The job that once rejected you will reach back out. The client who vanished will return with greater need. The door that closed will reappear larger and lined with light. This is the nature of overflow. It does not restore to the level of loss. It multiplies beyond it. But as the floodgates open, remember the sacred purpose of wealth. Do not cling to it. Circulate it. Let generosity remain your default language. Give quietly. Build wisely. Teach others what patience taught you, for abundance is safest in the hands of the humble. Chosen one, the Spirit does not bless randomly. It blesses directionally. You are the channel through which provision flows into dry places, and as you give, the current strengthens. As you share, the reservoir refills. This is the eternal law of divine flow. Nothing you release in love ever leaves you. It returns amplified. So stand now in gratitude. Feel the warmth of provision wrapping around your life like sunlight after endless rain. Whisper your thank yous into the wind. They will travel farther than you think. You are living what your ancestors prayed for, carrying the dreams of those who could not reach this horizon. Let this awareness humble you, not burden you. Heaven rejoices when you rise. For your rising proves that faith was not wasted, that persistence has power, that divine timing is real. And as the currency of abundance begins to circulate through your life, remember, you are not merely rich, you are radiant. This is the beginning of your overflow season. It will not end in exhaustion, but in expansion. And as you exhale into this new frequency, know that heaven smiles upon the sound. Chosen one, the waiting is finished. The invisible hand that guided you through shadow now opens the door before you. The prophecy has ripened. The promise has become presence. You are no longer chasing signs. You are the sign. Every vibration around you hums with confirmation. It is done. This blessing is not a moment. It is a migration. You are stepping out of the story of striving and into the rhythm of grace. The wilderness has released you. The storms that once threatened to drown you now carry you forward as wind in your sails. Lack no longer defines your identity. Overflow now speaks your name in rooms you have not yet entered. Let gratitude be your first language in this new land. Rise each morning and thank the silence that taught you to hear, the losses that taught you to value, the waiting that taught you to trust. Nothing was wasted. Every season conspired to bring you to this sunrise. From this day on, walk as confirmation incarnate. Let abundance become your ministry, generosity your instinct, peace your atmosphere. When you give, do it with reverence. When you speak, speak as one who has seen the proof of divine timing. And when fear tries to whisper, remember, you survived the night that was meant to end you. So breathe, chosen one. Breathe as one who has arrived. The divine transaction is complete. The heavens have signed their name beside yours. You are the fulfilled prophecy, the answered prayer, the living evidence that faith does not fail. Go now in certainty. Go in radiance. Go in abundance. For 13 October 2025 marks the day destiny stopped being a promise and became you.